The desert was endless, a violent sea of sand and stone stretching beyond the horizon. The sun burned like a weapon. Every breath tasted of dust and heat. This land was known as the Badlands, a place where nothing survived for long, a place where legends came to die. A lone figure moved across the wasteland. Her name was Caravans, a former tracker turned scavenger. She wore torn armor layered with cloth and bone. Her rifle was old but deadly. Her eyes never stopped moving. Kare had learned one rule in the Badlands. If something was quiet for too long, it was watching you. She felt it before she saw it. The air changed. The desert wind stopped. Even the insects went silent. Something was wrong. Kare reached for her blade. Her heartbeat slowed. She scanned the dunes. Then the sand exploded. A massive creature burst from beneath the surface. 8 feet tall. Muscles like carved stone. Mandibles clicking with hunger. Glowing eyes locked onto her. The predator had arrived. Kare ran. Energy blasts tore through the sand behind her. Explosions chased her footsteps. She dove behind a rock formation as plasma scorched the air. The predator stepped forward slowly. It did not rush. It enjoyed the hunt. Kare knew the stories. The hunters from the stars. They came for the strongest prey. They never stopped. She activated a signal flare and threw it into the open. The light flared bright. The predator tilted its head. Confused. Curious. That moment saved her life. Kare sprinted toward an abandoned outpost half buried in sand. Rusting towers leaned like dead giants. She slipped inside and sealed the door. Darkness swallowed her. She held her breath. Footsteps shook the metal walls. The predator circled, scanning, calculating. Kare moved through shadows, setting traps with scrap wire and explosives. She knew she could not fight it directly. The Badlands had taught her patience. The predator breached the wall with a roar. Metal tore apart like paper. It entered the outpost. That was when Kare triggered the first trap. Fire erupted. Shrapnel flew. The predator staggered but did not fall. It laughed. A deep echoing sound. Enjoyment. The creature activated its cloak and vanished. Kare felt fear crawl up her spine. Invisible death was coming. She shut off all lights. Lowered her body temperature using coolant packs. She became part of the ruins. The predator moved silently now. Only a shimmer in the air betrayed it. Then it struck. Kare was thrown across the room. Her rifle shattered. Blood filled her mouth. The predator loomed over her. Trophy skulls hung from its armor, each one a story of victory. It raised its blade. Kare smiled. She pressed the detonator. The entire outpost collapsed. Sand and fire consumed everything. Silence returned. Hours later the sun rose. The desert shifted. Winds erased tracks. The Badlands healed itself. From beneath the rubble a hand emerged. Kare pulled herself free. Broken but alive. Behind her something else moved. The predator rose from the sand. Armor cracked. One mandible broken. But still breathing. They stared at each other. Hunter and prey. No weapons. No traps. Just survival. The predator lowered its blade. It made a sound Kare did not expect. Respect. Then it activated a device on its wrist. A hologram appeared. Images of the Badlands. Of battles. Of fallen hunters. This land was not just a hunting ground. It was a proving ground. The predator turned and walked toward the horizon, disappearing into the heat. Kare watched until it was gone. She knew one truth now. The hunt was not over. It had only begun. In the Badlands, survival was the only victory. Night fell over the Badlands. Cold replaced heat. Stars burned sharp and bright. The desert became a different kind of monster. Kare moved slowly across the dunes. Every step hurt. Her ribs screamed. Her arm hung heavy. She did not stop. She reached a canyon carved deep into the earth. Old bones littered the ground. Human. Alien. Known. This place was older than fear. She felt eyes on her again. Not one. Many. 3 shadows moved along the canyon walls. Fast. Silent. Predators. This time they did not hide. Their cloaks dropped. Warriors stepped into moonlight. Different armor. Different scars. One was larger than the rest. Its helmet marked with deep crimson lines. Leader. Kare raised her blade. She knew this was the end. The leader raised a hand. The others stopped. Spoke. Not with sound, but with a translator device. You survived the proving land. Kare froze. The leader stepped closer. Few do. The Badlands choose. Kare laughed weakly. Tell your land it almost killed me. The leader tilted its head. Almost is not enough. The hunters circled her. Studying. Measuring. You may leave. Or you may hunt. Kare stared. Hunt what? The leader pointed toward the dark horizon. Something older than us. Something that kills even our kind. A roar echoed through the canyon. Low. Ancient. Angry. The ground shook. Kare felt it in her bones. What happens if I refuse? The leader stepped back. Then you die here. Kare looked at the stars. The bones. At the endless night. She tightened her grip. Show me what bleeds. The predators clicked in approval. They handed her a weapon. Light. Sharp. Alien. The hunt had changed. This time, Kare was not the prey. The Badlands watched, waiting to see who would survive. Kare walked beside the predators, their movements silent, purposeful. They stopped at the edge of a vast crater, miles wide, filled with blackened stone and bone. This was the nest. The leader knelt and pressed a claw into the ground. The sand vibrated. It is waking. The roar came again. Closer. Stronger. The creature erupted from the crater. Towering. 4-legged. Armored in natural plates. Eyes burning like molten metal. This was no ordinary beast. This was a god of the Badlands. The predators opened fire. Plasma streaked through the air. Explosions rocked the crater. The creature did not fall. Charged. One predator was crushed instantly. Armor shattered. Blood sprayed across the sand. Kare ran. She slid beneath a fallen pillar. Raised her alien weapon. Fired. The blade of light pierced the creature's leg. Screamed. The sound shook the sky. The leader leapt onto its back, driving blades deep. The creature twisted, threw him off. The Badlands became chaos. Fire. Then, wars. Kare climbed higher, toward a ridge overlooking the battlefield. She saw something glowing beneath the creature's chest. A weak point. She activated the weapon overload. The blade grew brighter, unstable. The predators shouted warnings. Too late. Kare jumped. She drove the blade into the glowing core. The world exploded in light. Silence followed. When the dust settled, the creature lay still, cracked, burning. The Badlands had lost its king. Kare collapsed. Hands lifted her. The predators surrounded her. The leader removed his helmet. Guard. Ancient. Proud. You are no longer prey. He placed a mark on her armor, a symbol burned into metal. Hunter of the Badlands. Above them the stars shifted. A ship descended. Massive. Silent. The leader spoke one final truth. The universe is full of Badlands. Now. So are you. Kare looked up at the ship. She did not resist. The hunt was bigger now. And she was ready.